Hello, this is Nick from Prestman Auto doing a video walkthrough of our 2024 Nissan Titan. So what I'm going to do is we're going to walk all the way around. We're going to check for any dents, scratches, any kind of blemishes on the outside. Then we're going to go inside, go over some of the features, make sure everything's, working properly. And then finally we'll pop the hood so we can evaluate just a little bit in the engine bay, just for good measure. So first impressions are actually really, really good. Normally you'd expect to see a little bit of rock chipping up here in the front, but I'm not seeing much of anything. So up here is looking very, very solid. It looks like it does need a bit of a bath. You have a very small chip right in there, but if that's about as bad as it gets, that's not bad at all. So let's start going around and see if there's anything else we can find. If there is, I'll be sure to stop, zoom in, make sure you get a good visual so you know everything going on. So tires on here are in great condition. You got loads of life left in those. I can't say I'm super surprised since it's brand new, but it's still good to know. Looks like you have a small scuff right in there. So it's not really catching my finger. So actually, that's actually coming off. Alright, so nothing too major, but good to know nonetheless. So something kind of fun, this one does have the remote start, which everybody always loves. Everybody wants remote start. And I don't blame them because it's really cool. Oops. There you go. Got the bed liner, all that good stuff. You are ready to add a top if you want one, or just leave as is. Either way works just fine. Got your hitch down there, obviously. Mud flaps in the back. Nice. Oh, honestly, as far as the exterior goes, it looks really, really good. So let's hop inside and see what the interior looks like. Also, while we're out here, here's a quick look around some of our lot. This is maybe, I don't know, like 30% of our cars. So we got more over on the other side of the building over there. We got another building over there. We sell more cars here than any independent dealer in the state. We've been around for about 33 years, which isn't like super important to know, but I feel like when you're buying from out of state, it's nice to know a little bit about who you're working with. It's not like we just opened up last year and they're still figuring out what we're doing. Like, we're doing very well. So anyway, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna start the car, obviously, but when I do, I'm gonna leave the camera up here on the dash. That way, if there's any kind of warning lights or anything weird popping up, you'll be the first to know. So let's check it out. All right. So we've got one warning light up right now, which is the seatbelt light, which is obviously correct. I'm not wearing my seatbelt. Other than that, everything up here looks great. So no complaints. Let's cycle through a couple things just to make sure. Cool. So as far as the interior features go, you have a lot of them. So I'm gonna go a little bit fast just for the sake of time, so this video isn't like 40 minutes long. But starting off strong, up here is going to be your four-wheel drive. You're also going to have heated seats and cooled seats, definitely leaning towards cooled seats this time of year. Heated steering wheel, as well as a bunch of parking sensors and other things up there. So up top here, you can connect your phone with your big old touchscreen up here. We're not gonna do that right now, but obviously you can do it. So you have your audio system. Let's turn that on real quick, make sure that's working well.
US Central Bank has left interest rates unchanged.
Very, very nice. Sirius XM. And you also have your settings up here. You have your navigation and on and on. So no shortage of fun things up here to play with. I think it's cool. Anyway, let's look at the display settings. Brightness, contrast, tint, blah, 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 blah. So plenty of stuff to play with up there. Over here, you can have a couple more of your downhill features. Also, you can lock your rear diff and a couple other whatnots, like your cargo lamp. So over here, you got just headlights. So that's not that exciting. But on this, you should have your, I believe this is the adaptive cruise control, if I'm not mistaken. Up top, you're also going to have a gigantic sunroof, which I'll be honest, okay, a sunroof is not the most useful feature in the world. Like, it's just not. but it's really cool. Like, I like sunroofs quite a bit. I think they're a ton of fun. So anyway, I digress. You're gonna have all your plugins and whatnot up here as well. There, as well as a little bit more space for your phones and whatnot. Here, you're gonna have more plugins and more space. So, as far as the interior condition goes, it's really, really good. I'm not seeing any rips, any dents, any tears, any stains, any discoloration, really anything. So very, very impressive. And then in the back, you are also going to have your entertainment system up on the back seats there. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, so we can go over features all day, but for the sake of time, we'll probably call that there. Suffice to say, it's really, really cool. I will also say, I think the seats in here are very, very comfortable. I like the way they do them in the Nissans. So let's pop the hood in the engine bay. We'll check that out real quick, and that should be good for this video. All right, so I don't know how mechanically inclined you are or aren't, but regardless of how much you know about vehicles, you should always look under the hood of any vehicle you're looking to buy. The reason being, even if you don't know anything that's under here, you at least do know what neglect looks like. So if you got like acid buildup all around your battery, if all your metal pieces are just like brown and covered in rust, and you got like spider webs and junk all over everything, then, you know, I'd probably ask some more questions at that point. That being said, this looks great. Very, very well maintained. I'm not rust on anything. I mean, I'm not super surprised because it's 2024, but you're still gonna do the due diligence, right? Double check anyway. So anyway, looks fantastic. If you are mechanically inclined, we can go into a little bit more detail, but we'll keep this video pretty user-friendly for now. Suffice to say, when you pop the hood of an engine bay, this is exactly what you want to see. So if you have any other questions or there's something that I missed that you'd like to see, just let me know. I'm happy to show you anything on here. But for now, this is your new rig.